How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store has done its refresh of new deals. I honestly thought the refresh was going to be coming later because if you look, there are deals that will be ending on January the 7th. Technically January the 7th, but really January the 6th. But there are a batch of new deals available. Now, I don't know why Sony doesn't actually have a way, or PlayStation doesn't have a way where you can look at all of the new deals that went live, because right now, how I'm looking at it, it's a mix of the deals that were already running and then the new deals as well. So I'll try to, get my way through it, but I already see Stellar Blade discounted, which I saw a lot of people bugging out about Stellar Blade not being on sale as a part of the holiday sale. They need to keep some stuff in their back pocket so when they do the refresh, people actually give a damn, and that's one of those games that they have for their refresh now. They also changed the banner. It's now New Year, New Savings Holiday Sale. They do the holiday sale the same way every year. They do deals for 2 weeks. Some of those deals rotate out, and then they add in new deals for 2 weeks, and some of those deals last the entirety of the 4-week duration of the sale. They've done this every year, but obviously there's new people coming in and looking to buy stuff, and they don't know. I'm not expecting the general consumer to be aware of how Sony does their holiday sale every year. That should really be on Sony to explain how they do the holiday sale, but I digress. That's not my fault. I can't do anything about that. I just try to bring you guys the deals. You can also use a website like psdeals.net. They do a good job of just rolling out all of the new deals that are available. But I'm on the official website. Stellar Blade, as I mentioned at the top, 29% off for $49.69. We are almost a year removed from the release of this game, and this is one of those titles that's just gonna hold up in price for a very, very long time. It's a fantastic game, and it's absolutely worth that price point. I saw a lot of people say it should have been in the mix for Game of the Year. I wouldn't say it was my Game of the Year. I don't put it at the level of a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or a Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, but just under that, in that tier 2 category of games, Stellar Blade is absolutely in the mix. Great gameplay, great soundtrack, and the story isn't anything to write home about, but definitely the good outweighs the bad here, and the performance is great as well. If you have a PS5 Pro, runs very, very well on there, but runs amazingly well on the base PS5 on top of that. So $49.69 on that. NBA is on sale. God of War Ragnarok, PS5 and PS4, $29.39. Dragon Age The Veilguard, the Deluxe Edition is 40% off for $54. I do believe the base game is on sale, and the Deluxe Edition is mostly memes. Yeah, the base game is $42. I would still say, again, this is a game you pay $20 to $25 for at most. And even that, it might be a little bit of a stretch. Sonic X Shadow Generations, 25% off for $37.49. They did just drop a piece of DLC for it. It's a very small piece of DLC, but man, the new level in that DLC is so awesome. I just don't know if it's worth the asking price. $37.49 for Sonic X Shadow Generations is okay. It was $30 physically, but you guys know what we gotta deal with, that digital tax on newer games. It just is what it is. The Shadow campaign is awesome. It's something you can complete very quickly, like 5 to 6 hours. If you really try to do everything, get all the collectibles and whatnot, it might take you a little bit longer. You do have Sonic Generations baked in there as well. I actually got Sonic X Shadow Generations, played through the Shadow campaign, didn't decide to play through Sonic Generations right away, but over the holiday break, I did play Sonic Generations, and man, that game is awesome. I forgot how great that game was. That game is fantastic. Just a great marriage of both styles of Sonic. The story isn't anything amazing in it, but man, a lot of great levels and really, really well designed as far as Sonic Generations go. But to be fair, Sonic Generations was a game that's been on sale for like $5 on Steam, so how much you value it really is up to you, but Generations is a great game on top of Shadow Generation, so take that for what you will. Spider-Man 2 is $40, great game for the two of you that don't own it. Definitely do pick it up, it's fantastic. Astrobot, 17% off for $49.79. I mean, that is the literal game of the year for 2024 by the Video Game Awards. I don't put it at that level, but it's a fantastic platformer nonetheless, and they've been doing free content updates for that game as well, so credit to them. And sometimes, in an era of so many 50 to 70 hour games, like look at February, we talked about it. How many games are coming out in February that you're gonna sink 70 plus hours into? Like 4 or 5. Astrobot, it's kind of nice sometimes to have that 12 to 14 hour experience. You can get in, have a great time, and then you can move on to the next title. It's nice to have games of all shapes and sizes, and I feel like Astrobot fit that category really well. I get it, some of you guys look at the price point and are like, oh my god, only 12 hours of gameplay, but Man, sometimes having a more concise to the point experience that is filled with quality is exactly what I'm in the mood for, and Asherbot hit that to a T. EA Sports Madden 25, $28 on that for the two of you that watch this channel and want to pick that up. Space Marine 2 is on sale, $52.49. Lego Horizon Adventures, $39.59. Look, I love Horizon as much as the next person, but that game should be picked up for like 20 bucks. It's a fairly short game, not a lot of content. And yeah, $40 is just way too pricey for that. Silent Hill 2 is $49. Red Dead Redemption 1, $30. Hogwarts Legacy, $17.49. Like, there's a lot of deals that, again, that have been live. Cyberpunk 2077, the base game is $25. The Ultimate Edition is $46.14. So that's not a bad pickup. That's essentially you getting the base game for $25, and then you're paying $21 for Phantom Liberty. That's not all too bad, all things considered. Power World $22.50 on that. As I mentioned, that is great. So definitely check that out. Circling to psdeals.net, because that's going to give us some of the deals that have gone live. To go over some of those, Disco Elysium, the final cut, $12 on that. Would like to see that south of $10, but 12 bucks is still a really, really good price. Great narrative-driven game. Definitely recommend that. Crash Bandicoot 4, $19.79. God of War 3 Remastered is $9.99. God of War 3 is a really solid action game. It would be really nice to get the other God of War titles remastered. I think it'll happen at some point, but man, it's kind of unfortunate that the classic God of War titles the majority of them are locked away on the PS3. We're talking, you know, the Origins collection and the, I forget what they called the PSP collection, but, you know, Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta, those games locked away on the PS3. Hopefully we get those remastered, but God of War 3 is great. Infamous Second Son, $9.99, another excellent game. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection for $12. I mean, the Ezio trilogy is great. AC2 is a game that I started a playthrough of, again, somewhat recently, and man, it's a game from 2009, like, it's gonna show its age, but I don't recall AC2 being that dated until I went back and played it again this time. That's been a reoccurring theme. I've been playing a lot of, like, older games from the late 2000, early 2010 eras. I'm like, man, this game is a little dated, but that's to be expected. We're talking 15 plus years. Just can't believe it's been 15 years. AC2 is great, though, and Brotherhood and Revelations are great as well. Last Guardian, $9.99. That studio working on a newer title, or the people involved in that studio working on that new mech game, probably will be out. I am being serious. I don't think that game's gonna be out in my lifetime. Like, GG no re on that one. But yeah, I like Last Guardian. It is a game not for everyone. There's definitely some jank to it as well, but $9.99 isn't bad. Dishonored 2, $3 on that. Excellent deal on Dishonored 2. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is $17.99 for Plus subscribers, $21 for non-Plus subscribers. Good deal there. You know, if you don't want to drop the bread on Baldur's Gate 3 for sure. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, $14 on that. Battlefield 5 for $2.79 ain't that bad. Control Ultimate Edition for $8 is excellent. Titanfall 2 for $1.99, that's a steal. Definitely a bargain there, worthwhile. Scarlet Nexus is $8.99, great deal on that. Prey 2017, $3 on that. Ni no Kuni, $9.99. Rayman Legends, $3.99. Excellent platformer. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is $9.99. Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered is $8.99. Great deal there as well. I think AC Rogue is criminally underrated, so definitely check that out. Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, $19.99. Odin Sphere Left Tracer at $12. I believe that's a new low price for that game. It's been holding up in price for a very, very long time. But yeah, that's a really, really great deal. Odin Sphere is awesome, and I definitely am a little bit more leaning towards the newer Vanillaware games, you know, the 13 Sentinels and the Unicorn Overlords, but man, Odin Sphere was a fantastic game. Vanillaware is one of the most consistent studios on the planet, and they just deserve more love altogether, but yeah, $12 for that is excellent. Batman Arkham Knight Premium is $6. What else we got? Call of Duty titles, you know, as far as if you want to check that out. Pyre for $3.99 is really good. Gravity Rush Remastered, gotta give my girl Kat a mention. $15 on that. Might seem a little pricey, but come on, just pick it up. You know, try to fuel Gravity Rush 3 one day happening, you know. I'm tired of this. We could sink $100 million into the Concords and the fair games of the world. I get why they're doing it, but just give me a Gravity Rush 3, damn it! But yeah, probably will never happen, but it is what it is. Yakuza Complete Series, $49.49 on that, but remember, that's a lot of Yakuza content, so you know, value-wise, you're probably getting quite a few hours of gameplay, to say the least. AC Syndicate Gold Edition is $15. That recently got updated to 60 FPS on PlayStation 5, so definitely worth checking out. And I thought AC Syndicate, another criminally underrated Assassin's Creed title. Catherine Full Body Digital Deluxe, $9.99 on that is great. Catherine, an excellent puzzle, narrative-driven puzzle title. It's a game that, you know, I thought the $50 price tag initially was way too high, but at $9.99, great pickup. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. Feel like this is a new low for this game as well. $3.99 on that is excellent. Definitely do pick that up. Transistor, $3.99. Excellent game from Supergiant Games, who, you know, Supergiant Games gets a lot of love for Hades these days, but Transistor is a damn good title as well. Definitely would recommend Transistor. A great game there. Resident Evil Revelations, $4.99. Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, excuse me, $24 on that. Pricey, but you know, Trails of Cold Steel is awesome. Obviously, you should play the Cold Steel games sequentially. Let's not get into a diatribe about my love for Legend of Heroes, but yes, the games are fantastic. Resident Evil Triple Pack, that's RE4, 5, and 6, $12.49 on that. I still think RE4 OG is worthwhile to play. Obviously, the remake is on another level, and I think if you think the original is better, look, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I do think there's an element of having the nostalgia goggles on. As far as RE4, the original being better than the remake. And I have the nostalgia goggles on with RE4, but the remake I just think is outstanding stuff. But the original is still worthwhile to play. I think, you know, with games like that, it's going to be worthwhile to play the original and play the remake as well. I just think the remake of RE4 is tremendous. Sniper Elite 4 Deluxe, $4.49 on that. That is a sleeper banger of a deal. Sniper Elite 4 is great, and $4.50 for that. $90 is the standard price for that game, the Deluxe Edition. But yeah, $4.49. 95% off, that's excellent. Order 1886 at $9.99. One of those games that I always like to go to bat for. I wish it was $4.99. I think at $4.99, Order is literally a game I would recommend to everyone. That game, I paid $60 for it when it came out. And yeah, so the people like me that paid $60 for it, we got absolutely robbed for this 5-hour game. But now you're paying $9.99. Ideally, you'd be paying $4.99, but at $9.99, there's a compelling game here. I think from a setting standpoint, it is so unique and compelling. The world that they were on the verge of creating, obviously, the end of Order 1886. This is legitimately like just a prologue to what Order could have ultimately ended up being, and it's unfortunate that we'll never get to see this world fleshed out, because I think there's so much potential. And visually, even a decade removed, this game came out in February of 2015. A decade removed, this is still one of the best looking games on the planet. That is not hyperbole, this game legitimately looks tremendous. Yeah, $9.99. The gameplay is super basic third-person cover shooter stuff, but man, I was fascinated by the Order. I can't say that I was like blown away by it. Again, it's a 5 to 6 hour long game, but man, there's so much potential here that it's just unfortunate that we'll never see that potential realized. And I'm a broken record with that, but whenever I see Order, that's always what I think of. Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year Edition, $5.99 on that is excellent. A lot of people will say that's BioWare's last truly great game. Some people weren't even that crazy about Inquisition, but I thought Inquisition was a damn good game. $5.99 on that is really good. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the Game Complete Edition, $4.94 on that is really good. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, $14.99. Visually, that game is very reminiscent of like a Vanillaware style game. It's super underrated. I think if you're into more aesthetically pleasing games and you like cool art styles, that game's excellent in that regard. Some cool gameplay elements as well. $15 I think is a pretty good price. Gris, $3.39 on that is excellent. That's one of those games that I really feel like showcases games as an art form. Like, it's very emotionally moving. And how a game resonates with people emotionally, I feel like that is one of the most subjective aspects of a video game. And Gris will definitely resonate with people differently. However, I would say at this price point, just give it a shot. It might end up blowing you away. And if not, you'll still probably be moved by it, and it's a incredibly gorgeous game, if nothing else. $3.39 on that, I think, is excellent. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary, $9.89 on that as well, is a pretty solid shout. Just Cause 4 Complete, $10.49 on that. It's a little pricey. Indivisible is $5.99. Sinking City, $4.99 if you're a Plus subscriber. Remnant from the Ashes 1 is $9.99. I still think that game is worthwhile to play, even though Remnant 2 is out. Yeah, Remnant, at that price point as well, I think it's really solid. Messenger, $3.99 on that. Throwback action platformer, pretty good title there. Steins Gate Elite, 80% off for $11.99. Most people will recommend the OG Steins Gate. Elite marries some of the anime to the game. It's still an excellent visual novel. Like, Steins Gate is one of my favorite stories of all time. Steins Gate 0 is excellent as well, but yeah, Steins Gate Elite, $11.99 on that. Devil May Cry HD Collection and 4th Special Edition bundle, $14.84 on that. Tom Clancy's The Division is $5.99. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered and Valkyria Chronicles 4, the bundle is $7.99. That's really good. Ace Combat 7 at $9.59. Dot Hack GU Last Recode, obviously at $4.99 for that, is great. Zero Skipped and No Nary Games at $8.99. Steep at $5.99. Mark of the Ninja Remastered at $4.99 is always an excellent shout. Definitely recommend that. That is a great, great deal. Ease Memories of Celceta, $8.99 on that. I feel like that's a new low price point on that. Ease is always great. Bear in mind that that's initially a PS Vita game, and I believe the PS Vita version was a remake of, like, Ease 4, I want to say it was, but, yeah, it's not visually blow away, but the Ease games never relied on that. It's a great game nonetheless. Castle Crashers Remastered, $2.24 on that. That's a bargain. Highly, highly recommend that. Definitely a great pickup there. Watch Dogs Complete, $5.99 on that. I feel like Watch Dogs at this point, like, you're removed from the immense amount of hype that we had back in 2014. It's a decent game for sure. I would say definitely check that out. You're gonna have a good time with it. For sure. Shadow Warrior 2 at $2.99 is great. Why is Dying Light Definitive Edition $19.99? That's a little pricey for Dying Light 1. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition $9.99. Looks like that game's got its price juiced up a little bit, but you know, it's still a great deal. Very excited for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Metro Saga bundle as well. $14.99. A little bit of a price juice up on that as well. But a lot of great deals are available. Obviously, I'll run down the entire thing. You'll see the typical stuff from this channel, and that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching. Sound off down below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.